Showboating Sports, guys. Glad you guys could make it on back. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe and share button. And if you're returning to the channel, appreciate you guys. So we're going to let everybody roll on in. You guys see the topic, Canelo versus Bivol 2 or William Scull. Now, hold on one second, guys. Let me get something together. All right. All right, here we go. There we go. Had to straighten that out. Canelo versus Bivol 2 or William Scull. That's the topic of tonight. And there we go. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, guys, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you guys can get the notification, and hit the like button. And if you don't like the channel and we say something that's kind of messed up, something you don't agree with, you really don't like, you don't feel it within your soul, hit the thumbs down button. Try that. You know what I mean? And anyway, like I said, we're gonna get on cooking. We are gonna start this show out. So it's reported that Canelo is saying that he wants to fight Bivol in a rematch, and then it is saying that Canelo is actually wanting to fight his mandatory William Scull. When the winner of Bivol versus Plant is supposed to be his mandatory. So you guys already know what that's up to. You know how it goes. Anthony Johnson, salute, man. Appreciate you rolling back up in here, fam. Brian, what's up with your fam? Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm glad you so what up? Caught it early. Glad you did, man. Glad you did. And Dion, what's up with you, young lady? Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. Yeah, we're going to talk tonight. We're going to cook tonight. The subject is, you know how it is. We start one way and then we go someplace else. You know how we do. But the topic tonight is Canelo versus, oh, man, appreciate it, Anthony, man. Appreciate the love, man. Hey, that dollar goes a long way, my man. Goes a long way, man. Appreciate you, man. It definitely helps the channel grow, man. It does. Hey, yeah, so we're gonna talk about Canelo versus Bivol 2. It's been said, rumors are that it's supposed to be that Canelo said he wants to fight Bivol in a rematch. But then now it's kind of circulating that William Scull might be his mandatory. But also, we already heard that the WBC is supposed to be ordering the fight between the winner between him and Plant. I mean, between Benavidez and Plant. Dion said, don't want to see it. Boring. I sure in the hell don't want to see it. Hey, let me tell you this. I don't care to see either of those fights, Bivol or William Scull. The fight that I want to see is because this is the thing. Let's say Canelo gets beat by Bivol again. All they're going to say is that Bivol was too big for Canelo, right? But we all know Caleb Plant got beat. We all know that Benavidez hadn't had his shot, right? So we can't say Canelo's too small for those guys because those guys fight at 168 where Canelo is undisputed, right? So I'd rather see one of those two guys fight. But I don't know if you guys remember me saying this. The other day we was on here and we was talking. And I said, listen, Canelo is not going to fight Benavidez or Plant. I said that. I said his only two choices are going to be David Morrell or William Scull. I know you guys remember hearing me say that, right? It's crazy. And what happened? And we call it out every night on the show. That's what's crazy. We call this out every night on the show, right? Look, last night's show, everybody's talking about today. The day before, the other day, everybody's talking about that the very next day. So we've been like a day ahead of everything. All the topics and stuff we've been talking about, we've been mashing them out. And then the next day, they've been hitting up on YouTube. Ain't that right? That's crazy. And they tell you you gotta say popular things to make sure it hits the algorithms. But we've been saying it before. So our videos and stuff been out. We talked about it before, right? It lets you know the algorithms are bull. Yep. We've been seeing it because we talked about Andre Ward, right? Then we talk about Andre Ward, and now Andre Ward is all over YouTube today. All over YouTube. All right, here we go. Said the Cinnamon Gone fight Bivol at 168, 175. They are saying that they want Bivol to come down to 168 to fight him, but Bivol, I don't know if Bivol is interested. Bivol did say that he probably would be interested to go down and fight Canelo at 168 for all the belts, is what he said. But he was like, man, but really he wants to keep his eyes on the fight that he had at hand. And now that he won that fight, now they said he seems like he's going to try to go for a better bill. And that's the one he needs to go for. You know what I'm saying? That's in his weight class. He might as well go ahead and get that one and become undisputed. He's already beat Canelo, so he beats Canelo again. It'd be good if he gets the belts, but it'll be something more to it. He said, if you get caught juicing, you need to be banned from the sport. Yes, a lot of them, a lot of them, a lot of people. It's like when you talk about juicing, let me tell you somebody, the two people that really need to be out of sport, well, the one person that I would love to, and I'm not saying he's the only person, but the main person I love to see out of sport is Dillian White. How the hell is Dillian White still able to box? Man, that dude done use more PEDs than, my God, than WWE wrestling. That dude done used all kind of stuff. Every time he turn around, he got roids going in him. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. So how is Dillian White still able to fight? And then what's the whole latest on Conor Ben? You know what I'm saying? It's funny how every time you turn around, Eddie Hearns, what's up, Terry Smoot? What's going on with you, fam? Glad to see you back up in here, man. Man, we kind of missed you up in this camp, man. Hey, I kind of miss seeing everybody's faces. Done been a little too long, man. Been a little too long, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all what, man. When you have a hard day, man, or just a day that's going on is busy, I love coming in here and we start talking about boxing, man. I say this all the time, man. This is so damn relaxing. It really is, man. He said, bro, get that dude out of here. Salute, Terry. Get who out? What happened? What did I miss? Which one did I miss, Brian? Who did I miss? Who did I miss? But anyway, Gene Pascal should be banned too. I agree with that. Terry, I agree with that, man. It's a lot of people I think should be banned. You know what I mean? Make sure. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of people I think should be. You know what I'm saying? But definitely Dillian White. Dillian White needs to be out. And how is it you got two people up under your banner and you taking up for them and they got away with it? You know what I mean? Dillian White got away with it. Now you got Conor Ben. He's getting away with it. Said White, I was agreeing with you. Oh, okay, White. I didn't know if somebody said something in the comment section. I just didn't catch it. You said get that dude out of here. Yeah, get White the hell out of here, man. Get him the hell out of here, man. I mean, he done failed too many tests. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you keep giving Dillian White a pass. You know what I'm saying? He's the main one that really needs to get out. Now, some of these guys need some real good hard sanctions on him. He said, Eddie, a snake oil salesman. Yes, he is. Eddie is definitely a snake oil salesman, man. A used car salesman. You know what I'm saying? He said, Big Baby Miller looks like a shell of himself now that he is off PEDs. Bruh, say that again. See, that's the thing that I'm talking about right there. What you just said, Terry Smoot. You said Big Baby Miller is a shell himself now that he's off of them. It's a lot of dudes that do good, but the only reason why they doing halfway decent because a lot of them taking PEDs, man. And when they come out PEDs, there's problems. They start gaining weight. They can't hardly make weight, so they got to move up in weight. They start getting tired. All kind of stuff. PEDs help out a lot. It burns fat. It makes you stronger. It makes your endurance. It makes everything. It enhances everything. So when these boxers are fighting, they may have the skills, but you got to have your body got to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? It definitely gives you an unfair advantage, man. It definitely gives you an unfair advantage, and at this point, it's getting to be silly, man. They got to start getting some people out of here, man. They got to start getting some people out of here, man. That's just my thoughts. Oh yeah, guys. Also, the phone lines are open. I already got them set, got them ready, so y'all ain't got to wait on that. The phone lines are open. And so anybody want to call in, sound off, but we are going to keep the calls down to a little bit more of a minimum. You know, been some people on here that we let it go a little bit too far. But the reason why I did it on some of those calls the other days is because some of the people think that you on here just bashing a certain fighter. We on here to talk boxing. So I want to hear them out thoroughly. Hopefully they say something that sounds good, that changes people's opinion, right? And everybody comes on here taking up for Bud. They haven't said anything that's just really that I see that has changed my point of view on any of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not one of them people to say, okay, I got my heels dug in the sand. Okay, if you can prove me wrong, prove me wrong. But they ain't proving me wrong. So, but we are gonna cut back on that just a little bit. But the phone lines are definitely open. But anyway, like I was saying, is do y'all think you remember I told you the other day? I said Canelo doesn't have any place to run, and I said it's glad that the sanctioning bodies have they have ordered these fights. So I'm happy about that because it keeps people from running. It keeps people from having another little crevice they can run into. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with what Bud did. Now, if it comes between Spence and Ortiz, Bud is going to take Ortiz. So he'll take that and he'll say, that's my mandatory. I had to fight that. So that gives Bud a way out. You can tell when a fighter doesn't really want to fight. But also, what I was saying about Canelo is because Canelo, he doesn't have a lot of places to go. He can't go back up to 175. He can't go down to 160. So who is he going to fight? So if we do the math on this thing, hold on, let me answer. He said, true, Showboatin. I think Jake Paul on the juice too. Never heard him say he does drug testing while fighting retired MMA fighters. Yeah, he could be. But to me, it's all exhibition to me. So Jake Paul can get away with, I mean, I hope he's not in there using it. Really, I hope he don't, because that stuff can get somebody hurt, right? But at the end of the day, they're not even really in boxing. The only reason why they're around is because some of the main boxers won't give us the fights we see. If that was the case, if we were getting the true fights we want to see, it would minimize these social media fights. You know what I'm saying? Le'Veon Bell fighting, Chad Ochocinco. Well, I mean, we might check them out, but they wouldn't be as profitable. So they wouldn't do it as much. He said Jake Paul definitely on the juice. Showboating, you were right. The wall's closing in on Canelo. Oh, they definitely are. But like I was saying, is David Benavidez and Plant. Canelo would hope if Plant wins, he might go entertain that fight because he think he can go beat him. What's up, T-Word? What's up, Big Dog? What's up with you, man? Appreciate y'all rolling up in here, man. We just kicking it. We just chopping it up. So we're talking about Canelo and Bivol too. They said the rumors going around with that, or William Scull. And y'all remember the other day when I was on here and I was saying that Canelo ain't really got no places to go. So right now, 175, he can't really go up today. He's not going to beat them two guys at 175. He can't go down to 160. So he's really left at 168, right? So Makubu doesn't have a belt at 175. So he can't cherry pick that one. He can't go down to 160. So he's stuck really at 168. And he's either got Benavidez and Plant. Benavidez will probably beat Plant on that. I pick him Benavidez on that. So you got David Morrell or you got William Scull. So who you think Canelo's going to take? He's going to take David Morrell or he's going to take William Scull, because he dang sure ain't fighting Triple G again. He dang sure ain't fighting Demetrius Andre. That ain't happening. So there you go. He said Canelo will never fight Benavidez. Nope, he won't. Canelo won't. Canelo won't fight Benavidez. That's why I say he's going to take that mandatory. You know what I'm saying? He says celebrity boxing been around, but real boxers held the sport. Yep. Now it's dry, so they have a lane. Yeah. Everybody has mostly all the big time boxers in this era is messing up the whole era. If boxers promoted themselves more, exhibitions would be less valued. I agree with you. Boxers don't really promote themselves very well, but boxers still ain't taking on the best fights. That's the main dang on problem right there. Boxers ain't taking on the best fights. If these boxers would take on the best fights, like you got Pitbull Cruz now that doesn't want to fight Shakur Stevenson. Why not, man? It's win or lose, do or die. You know what I'm saying? Ortiz should be getting in there saying, okay, if I can't get Spence and them, I'm going after Boots. Or Boots should be going after Ortiz. You know what I mean? Boots saying he wants to fight, said that they put it up. I mean, I don't know. Haven't really heard Ortiz camp say they really want that. You know what I'm saying? Not too much. Gerald Slade, appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. If you fight Canelo 2 times, you know he's coming with that super pack. Yeah. Man, I was disappointed in the Cruz camp. I am disappointed in the Cruz camp. I thought Cruz would take that fight. I mean, I thought he would take it, but I was like, it's kind of smart if he don't. I didn't really want him to do it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying from a business standpoint, from his corner, you know what I'm saying? He said Bivol manager Christy Martin said Bivol can make 168, but had a championship opportunity at 175. He is a natural 168. He should do the rematch for Canelo for belts. Oh, he said he would. He said he would. He did mention it, but he said, he's going to go up and he'll try to go get that other belt. But this is the thing. This is the thing. If he goes down and fights Canelo, he didn't make a big purse the first time. He really didn't make a lot of money the first time. That's why he was like, man, I ain't really worried about that. He gonna go ahead and go after those other belts, right? Because to be honest, a lot of people fighting Canelo because they really want the hype. You know what I'm saying? Now, Benavidez had the Bud Crawford advantage. He had that one belt that Canelo needed. So he stayed in there until he could get his he could cash out on that. And he did, cashed out and got beat. But he held on to it, same way Bud holding on his belt. So there you go. There are about five good. He said there are about five guys trying to fight the best. Everybody else playing minesweeper. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. He said Cruz trip his hype and then inflating the hype. Yep. Yeah. He tripping with his bull and his hype and then he inflating the hype. Yeah, he really is. He really is. But like I said, I was kind of like Bob Arum. I don't think he's going to take that fight. But I said it's probably wishful thinking on Bob Arum because he wants to leave Shakur Stevenson without a dance partner just long enough to find out what Devin and Loma are going to come up with, right? See if that fight is going to definitely happen because it's got to make sense. You know what I mean? And I don't think Loma really wants that fight right now. So that gives Bob Arum some outs, right? But for Pitbull Cruz and them, I can understand you don't really want to rush him up in there, right? But what do you got left? They're giving you a title eliminator. So you might as well go for it. You know what I'm saying? That way you can go get undisputed. But you rather go, they want to dodge people, man. They want to dodge people, man. He said, folks are scared to take a loss. My favorite fighters all have losses. To make it, it's about their journey and taking on challenges. That's what boxing is about. Boxing is about proving you the baddest bitch on the top. The baddest SOB on the hill. It's the king of the hill, man. You got to get to the top of the hill, knock everybody down, and go to another hill. Jump to a bigger hill. You know what I'm saying? But these dudes ain't doing that. None of them are doing it. Listen, man, let's really think about all the fighters out there that we see that have a really big name that just ain't fighting each other. 135, they're not fighting each other. None of them fighting each other. None of the top dogs. Everybody say they the man in that subdivision. Nobody's fighting. Nobody's fighting. And nobody, but maybe Devin is calling out everybody. I'm not saying Devin can beat everybody, but Devin is calling out everybody. You know what I'm saying? Conflict said Devin is. Yep. We said the same time. We said the same thing. Devin is the only one calling him out. Devin is. You know what I mean? Devin is. And Shakur is in that weight class. He said he wants to fight everybody. So that's two people. Shakur wants everybody. Devin wants everybody. You know what I'm saying? Tank does it. Tank says he does, but now they saying Tank might have another fight besides Ryan Garcia. I forgot who they said it was. I'm hearing rumors of that now. So I it's just first that I heard it right before I came on. So I was like, I didn't have enough time to try to track it down and pursue it a little bit more to bring it on her. Yeah, he said Wilder, Haney, Spence, Ennis, Benavidez, and Jamel are the real ones. Yep. Benavidez. Yep. Benavidez, Jamel. Yeah. You're right. They want all the smoke. Usyk wants to smoke too. I think Usyk. No. I was gonna say Usyk, but didn't Usyk say he want Wilder at first? But then once Wilder didn't have a dance partner, he didn't really want that fight. So he said 154 is the only division where everybody's fighting everybody. Yeah, I agree. That's the only one. If Benavidez beats Plant, he deserves a shot at Canelo. He deserves a shot at Canelo already, Brown Lumber. But I agree with you. But they got the title eliminator for that. So they got the winner that is mandatory for Canelo. You know what I'm saying? And Fulton. Yep, Fulton. Yep. Josh Taylor was wanting all the smoke. Where the hell is Josh Taylor at now? You know what I'm saying? Josh Taylor said he wanted all the smoke at first. Got the belts, said he wanted to go up and fight Terrence Crawford. Said he was going to go up to 147. What happened to the cat? You know what I'm saying? After he really got gifted that fight, you ain't really heard no more from him. Did that break Josh Taylor's confidence? He said, Cool Boy versus Inoue, I need that. Yep, that'd be a good one. That would be a good one. Inoue says he wants to smoke, but man, let me tell you something. He can gain 2 pounds. There's a whole few people he can get in there and fight 1 or 2 pounds. I mean, come on, man. 1 or 2 pounds is not the end of time. Said Josh Taylor's connected Kinahan. Yeah, he is. He is. Listen, a lot of them are, but that ain't stopping them. They ain't stopping them. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you guys something. Hold on. I gotta tell you guys something. Hold on. Make sure I get the name of this. Hold on. Let me see. All right. Okay. Y'all remember when I was on her last night, I was talking to Diana. Y'all remember that? And Diana said she was going to send me a link. Do y'all remember that last night? Diana said she was going to hit me up in my Instagram, and she's going to send me a link. She want me to watch something, a video, correct? Now, I was busy throughout the day. Man, you guys ain't going to believe this shit. Let me tell you what happened to me today. And I'm going to get on why I didn't get to do this. So Diana, when she come in, I'll explain to her. Is Diana in the building? But if she ain't, that's cool. But let me tell you what happened to me today. So I went to go get me something to eat today, and I went to go check on one of my cars that was in the shop. So I stopped to get me something to eat. I stopped at Sonic. So I got me a little combo. So I went home and I ordered that. I know you guys are around. You guys got Sonics wherever y'all are. There's like a little drive-in type deal. I'm sure you guys got Sonics and know what it is. So I go in and I go get a drink, and I go back to the house. I start drinking it, and I took like 2 swigs out of my drink, and the damn drink was gone, right? For sure, T. I definitely will. Just let me know. Just hit me up on my Instagram. That way you got my contact on there. And then come on with it. Yeah, I'll get with you. Diana was in here a minute ago. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys about that, but I'm gonna explain to you why I didn't get to watch the whole video because I didn't really have time today. But I went to what's name, got me a drink, went home, took like 2 swigs out of it. For some reason, I was like, man, my stride don't want to go down in the cup, right? So I was like, if you go get one of them cherry limeades, they got fruit and shit in there, right? So I'm like, I just took 2 swigs, it was gone. So I opened up the cup and pulled the ice to the sides. That's okay. Then I got the cherries in there. I got the lime in there, right? So I'm looking on the side. I see plastic down in my damn cup. I'm like, why the hell's my shit got plastic? So I drive all the way back. I knock on the door. I had the manager come outside. I said, look, man, there's plastic in my drink. So I pull out and got a whole damn bag in my cup. It was a bag that the cups come in my cup up under the ice. I said, that's the nastiest shit ever. So anyway, by the time I got free to go check the link she did, my day was already busy, so I didn't get to watch this whole link. But this link that she sent me was of a podcast, and it was a guy on there talking about Kinahan and all this other stuff. Man, I'm telling you guys, he was laying it out. I didn't get to finish it. I want to finish it, but he was talking about all the little crazy stuff that the mob has been doing, how they've been cleaning up money, how they've been dealing with Bud was a part of it, how they was overpaying, said they paid Bud a whole lot of money for that fight. And I'm gonna tell you guys this. I'm not gonna call no names out because I told you I don't talk about other channels, but I was on another channel. It's been a while back. And I said to that channel, I said, hey, are you sure the reason why the fight ain't being held up is because of Kinahan? And that person's like, man, they ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with this. All right, cool. Then a video came out, and later, about a month or 2 later, and it addressed that same person made. Now, he wasn't doing it to be rude or whatever else, but I'm just saying that was his opinion, right? Cool. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? But guess what I said in there? Cedric Quick, appreciate you, fam. Who is Cedric Quick up in the building? That way I know your screen name. Appreciate that, man. $10 for the cash out. You keeping the channel growing, man. I appreciate it, fam. Man, everybody that gives, it helps the channel, man, and it means a lot, man. But yeah, like I was saying, so I'm on this dude's channel, and I brought that up. And I'm bringing all this up right now to say this. I said this in the beginning. Are you sure Bud ain't still tied in with that dude? And that's the reason why he can't fight? That's what I said, right? So then, now when you look at it, it's all starting to add up because Bud ain't making fights. And like I said before, they was like, don't have nothing to do with it. But when you dealing with the mob and you sign a damn contract and they overpay you on something, they done bought something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they did. This is just a question. This is my opinion, man. So y'all can take it. You can tell me if I'm wrong or whatever. It's just my opinion. I could be wrong. But my point is, when you go get in a deal with the mob, you don't just walk away that easy. You know what I'm saying? You don't walk away that easy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they gave you money up front to sign with them. They could have gave, Bud already shows you he's going to jump for that dollar. So let's say they got dirty money and they like, look, man, we're going to pay you to join. But, you know, then after that, look at this. After that, he gets in trouble. Daniel Kinahan gets in trouble, correct? So you can't do business with Kinahan no more, right? But some of his associates, they ain't looking for everybody. They looking for Kinahan. They're not looking for everybody. So what if it's some of the associates is like, look, even though Kinahan ain't around, you know, we still handling business for Kinahan. And so we telling you, this is what you got to do. And be, you know what I mean? Or some of our partners or distant partners we dealt with, because they was talking about how Kinahan wasn't just paying people like, you know, they pay off people like 50,000, 100,000. They was like, man, Kinahan and them got so much money. They was bribing and paying off people for like hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. That's how much they was paying off people. And all that shit is coming out. That's in some of the reports and some of the stuff that they putting out there. That's why they looking for him. So I'm like, it makes sense. So we want to know, why is a company overpaying Bud? It could be an associate tied in with that shit. It could be an associate tied into that, man. He said Kinahan is washing money through BLK Prime. I don't know, Terry Smoot. It could be. They're saying, you know, Bob Arum said he knows some people that's in there, you know, but Bob Arum knew Kinahan. We don't know. He said that makes sense. He needs that upfront money to get off that hook. Either right. Or they could be still saying, when you get paid, we still want our cut. You know what I'm saying? We paid you to join us, even though you're not with us, and all that, you still owe us. You think the mob gonna tell you, oh, we're gonna do good business? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The mob ain't gonna do that, man. The mob ain't gonna do that, man. He said, Dan Raphael said he knows people close to Kinahan, and he said he isn't in the sport anymore. But who really knows? That's my point. You know what I'm saying? When you owe the mob, you owe the mob, period. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's what this is, but I'm telling you, this interview that she sent me, I'm listening to it. God made a lot of valid points. You know what I'm saying? I can't say I agree with every single thing because I don't know. When somebody tells me something, I can't say whether I agree 100% or not. I listen to all of it. You know what I mean? Even a lie has a little bit of truth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying the dude is lying. I just don't know. He said all these interviewing and nobody asked what's up with Daniel. Right. Nobody's asking. You know what I mean? Facts. They collect this like the IRS. They're right. They're not going to back off. You know what I'm saying? But I asked another YouTuber on their channel. I was like, you think, nah, it ain't. But we still getting all this craziness that's coming on that don't make sense. But if you look at it like from a standpoint of Bud really don't want to fight, it makes sense. If you look at it like Bud is tied into like the mob, is something else going on, funny business, something going on up under the table that nobody know about, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Stuff starts making sense, even if it doesn't, we don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, man. It just threw me out. But I'm gonna go finish listening to the interview and I'll break it down for you guys some more. You know what I mean? I appreciate Diana sharing that with me, man. Like I said, you guys got links, pictures, videos, and stuff like that. Hit me up on my Instagram, get it to me, man. And I'll keep cooking with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll research it and find out some more of the stuff. And also, I got to get back with what's them. She wants me to get with her on the interview. I told her I interview a little bit. Y'all remember Tommy Morrison, the boxer that died? They quote unquote said he died of AIDS. I was telling y'all a long time ago that his wife, I was supposed to be talking to her. She wanted to talk about his story and some of the stuff that happened to him and all this other stuff. And it kind of sheds light back behind promoters and what promoters did back in the day and how you see them moving today. You know what I mean? A lot of little dirty stuff, how, under the table stuff that goes on. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. The interview is awesome from what I heard so far. But let me get back to it. Oh, I gotta turn. Hey, we gotta keep this place warm and cozy, guys. Hold on. Yeah. So he said, y'all got me thinking now. All these network defending Bud might be tied in the Dan Killer. He said it's hard to understand how anyone can defend how he moved. Yep. I don't know what it is, man. I really don't, man. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I can't really say what it is though. I just know something is a little off. You know what I mean? Something is a little off. So there we go. Yeah. I don't know. I just know something is a little off. You know what I mean? So that's what it comes down to. You know what I mean? What's up with Andre Ward? Andre Ward was just saying that the stuff that Sean Porter was saying about Bud, it seemed like he was just telling Bud to shut up and fight. And Andre Ward was like, hey man, don't, these fighters have worked hard to get to the table and they should get paid what they work. And then Sean Porter was like, nah, I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying that this dude needs to get some representation at the table. You know what I mean? Said all those ESPN dudes been brainwashed. Yeah, man, it's crazy. But Brian, yeah, that's what was going on. But this is the thing. This is my point. Why am I the only one saying it? He said Captain Saberhole, why he jump all the way out there for Bud like that? Right. I mean, you're supposed to be non-biased, right? And Sean Porter didn't say anything that was off the wall. He said he needs some representation. And everybody knows that. You know what I mean? Anybody that knows with HBO, Roy Jones is salty. Yeah. But let me say this. Why can y'all answer me this? Why is it, I brought up the fact like this, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. One of those moments maybe y'all can see it from a different angle. But why is it that I said, I've been saying this for the longest. Bud said he accepted the terms. He accepted the terms. So he was cool with the fight, but they want to make it next year. So on Bud's end, that made it a done deal. So Spence said, yeah, we signed and we sent it back and we didn't hear nothing back from him. And then he said about his fight, right? So that's two parties saying they had a done deal. So why is Sean Porter and why is all the other people that are talking about this, nobody is saying that Bud and Spence got a done deal? Why don't they say, why the people that's interviewing them say, hey, y'all said y'all got a done deal, so why are we even talking about negotiations no more? Shouldn't it be that once you get past David Avanesian and Spence gets past whoever it is he's fighting, that it's a done deal? Why ain't that the question? Why are the big time people not saying that? Because that would be the first question I'd ask if I was interviewing somebody. You know what I'm saying? And some of these other channels, that's why I used to get on other channels. I was like, the stuff that I'm putting out there and saying ain't getting nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people getting these interviews and getting that kind of stuff. And maybe I haven't been going out trying to pursue a lot of those, a lot of the interviews, which I probably need to start reaching out to them guys and start interviewing them more. Yeah. So nah, for real, Showtime. I thought they agreed to all terms. Oh, you meant Showboat. Yeah. I thought they agreed to terms. That's what Bud said, and that's what Spence said. Spence said he signed it through the lawyers and got it back over to Bud so Bud could sign off on it. Because when Bud said he agreed, it was a term sheet. It wasn't a contract. You know what I mean? They never do a contract until the negotiations are over. Then they finalize it through the contract. So why are we still talking about negotiations? The negotiations are done. But I'm gonna start reaching out to people, man. I'm gonna start reaching out to people because I'm gonna start getting some people on some phone calls and start asking some questions we want to know, man. The simple questions. You know what I mean? And that's a simple question. Because everybody keeps talking about, oh, well, and like I said, the show I was talking about that Kate was interviewing Bud, she asked a lot of good questions, but the main question she should have been asking was, don't y'all got a done deal? Not do you still want to fight Spence and all that? Because evidently, if Bud said he signed, he's supposed to be quote unquote wanting to fight Spence. So why is everything changing now? Why do we gotta go back to the negotiation table? Because we know David Avenesian doesn't up Bud's stock. Bud knows that too. And Bud said he just wanted to get a fight in. He didn't say I was looking to up my stock for whatever reason. He didn't say that. So he just look at it like it's just a get busy fight, a stay busy fight. That's what Bud is trying to say. You know what I'm saying? He said, my bad, bro. I must be thinking about Porter and Showboat. yeah, I understand. Nah, man, you got it right. You got it right, man. Is everyone needs representation when a lot of money is involved? Ward clearly biased as yep. He wouldn't do that. I agree. And still TV, but like what I said, Bud does need representation, right? But if Bud already signed off on it, he agreed to terms, then evidently it was enough to be agreeable. So do we go back on that agreement? Do we go back to negotiating a contract for another 5-6 months? How do we get back to the negotiation table when everybody's supposed to gotten everything that they said was enough to make the fight? Because none of them, unless you just Floyd Mayweather, you're gonna have some things in your contract, or Canelo, people gonna have things in their contract that they really just don't love. You know what I mean? Unless you just so far A side, it ain't even funny. So all this instilled, that's a fact. Yeah. He said, and Bud not the brightest. Yeah, but at the end of the day, they agreed. So let's say Bud said, I'm gonna fight Spence for a biscuit. It's over. You gotta get your biscuit. We ain't even gotta talk about the eggs and bacon that comes on that biscuit. You agreed to the biscuit. Spence said he gonna fight in those Yeezys that Bud wants him to fight in. So Spence agreed to the Yeezys. So in the purple Yeezys, because Bud don't want them to be pink. Bud wants to be green. So he got to fight in the Kanye West Yeezys. So Spence agreed to it. So they got to go with it. Bud's getting a biscuit. Spence gonna fight in Yeezys. There you go. So whatever the hell they did, they still got to get. He said Bud low-key still a part of ESPN. That's why Kellerman, Ward, and Bradley wholeheartedly defend him to this day. Yeah, yeah. And you know what's funny? You 100% right about that, Terry Smoot, because back in the day when Bud was over there on that side, I understood they was pulling for Bud then now, right? But do you ever hear them say anything for Spence? You know what I'm saying? They not. Why is it a lot of boxers, none of the big time boxers really say too much for Spence? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. The way Bud been talking, he knows this is his retirement check. What is up, Miss Diana? Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. Appreciate that. Man, I've been talking about you while you ain't been in here, right? I was talking about you, and I appreciate it. That link you sent me, I was telling him I was watching that link. That link is some good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at that link, and I was telling him today the reason why when I had time, I couldn't check the whole link out, but I got mostly all the way through it. But I got about a little bit more to go. I'm gonna check it out, and then I told him I'm gonna give them an update on it. And I went to Sonic earlier today when I had a little bit of free time. Went check on my car, went through Sonic, ended up buying a drink, got home, took a couple of swigs out of my drink, looked down at my drink, moved the ice around because I only took 2 swigs, my drink was gone. Man, I had plastic down in there, so I went back over to Sonic, knocked on the door. The manager came out, and I showed him. I said, "Hey, man, I got some stuff in my cup. It's plastic." So I pulled it out, and when I pulled it out, a whole big old bag came out of it. I'm like, damn. He was like, man. I said, that's nasty. He said, it is nasty. He said, that's what a bag that our cups come in. I'm like, how the hell did that get in there? So by the time I got through it all that, trying to get in touch with people and the health department and all that, getting all my numbers together so that way tomorrow I can call and get in touch with corporate and find out, it's cool. It's crazy, man. My social media was blowing up. Man, I'm telling you, when I was on there going back to Sonic, man, I had we had 700 people on my dang on live, on my Facebook live, because that's where I normally do a lot of my stuff at. I was over there watching that, and it was just, man. So everybody was helping me out, giving me corporate numbers and stuff, and all day my stuff been going off. That's why tonight my stuff is still going off too, because everybody's still hitting me up about that video. of me going over there, and I did it live and pulled that bag out and all that shit. It's all over Facebook. That thing going viral. But yeah, when I get through, if it ain't too late, tomorrow I'll go look at it. That way I'll be, once we get off of here, I'll be ready to call it quits to get up in the morning. But I definitely finish checking it out. I appreciate it. But I was telling them that all the stuff that was in that video, the guy was breaking it down and explaining it, and that's why we got where we was at. And we were talking about Kinahan and all that stuff. And I was telling them how they paying and washing money and doing all this stuff, right? And it was crazy. The dude was on point about a lot of stuff. But I can't, you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't know if it's all true or not. I don't know, but I want to hear it all and then go do my own little stuff. But I appreciate you sending me that link. Yeah, Brian said, I'm tired of playing Where's Waldo. Yeah. He said Bud didn't want to burn the top ranked bridge all the way. Hey, Bud, listen, they settled out of court. I'm pretty sure they settled out of court. Because you remember it was in the contract that Bob Arum said he was going to give Bud $600,000 or $700,000 if he couldn't make the Spence fight, and he didn't make the Spence fight. So he owed Bud that. So the judge is going to rule in his favor on that. So he's going to get that. Then Bob was supposed to get him so many fights per year. Same way T.O. got out of his contract. Bob was supposed to get so many fights, and that's what they was arguing about. You remember T.O. left and was with Triller and then went back to Top Rank? Yeah, that's what T.O.'s argument was, that I get 2 fights every year. It's either 2 or 3 fight minimum every year that's in their contract. And so so some things in that contract he was going to owe Bud. So I figured by the time the lawyers ate it all up and they would have fought it out, if Bud just went ahead and settled now, Bud's going to take a little bit of that money and be done with it. So I think Bud settled, because you ain't hearing nothing from either side. Because if it was just thrown out, yeah, he missed the filing date, but that's what happens when you settle too. People do that. People just don't go back in there. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, why? Because at the end of the day, Bob was trying to get it out of Las Vegas to a New York court, and the judge refused. So it was going to have to go to Vegas, and Vegas wasn't going to be too favorable for Bob. And for all of a sudden, both parties just let it go. There's more to it than that. That just don't ride out like that. You're not going to have millions of dollars on the table and just say, hey, I'm not taking any of it. He said, honestly, I hope Dan you said, honestly, you hope Dan Killahan extorting Bud, at least shit would make sense. He looking funny out here. Yeah. Yeah, I hope he's not, but that seems like it could be it. You know what I'm saying? He could be like, look, Bud, I gave you some money up front. You know what I mean? He said, for all those who want to watch the video, it's called Today We Take the Spirit of Boxing Hostage by Drew Titan. The video is lit and was done months ago on point. Okay. Yep, this is exactly what it is. The caller that called in, you know what I mean? He's on point. So like I said, I only heard a little bit of it today. You know what I mean? I'm going to go back and check it out. He said, Bud said he was missing $5 million for the Spence fight, then added another $5 million, sued for $10 million. Yeah, but he wasn't going to never get that anyway. Because it was going to be hard to prove about, Bob being, it was going to be hard. It was going to be a hard proof. And at the end of the day, you could win that. But the problem is, look how much money you're going to spend and how long Bob is a lawyer. Bob's a lawyer. So they know all the games and tricks to that. They was going to wait Bud out until by the time Bud settles or that, it was going the same way Don King did. So at the end of the day, you might as well take a quick meal, $2 million, and be done with it. And Bob might as well give Terrence $1 million, $2 million, and drop it. Because other than that, the lawyer's going to eat up a whole lot. You're still going to pay them, even if you win. You know what I'm saying? Now, the loser pays the lawyers most of the time, but you never know, man. Them guys are tricky. Hell, you remember when Don King got taken, when people took Don King to court and Don King got sued, Don King still didn't pay up. He still wasn't paying up. Man, there's ways around it. Them lawyers and them millions of dollars they got, man, they got games for your ass, man. You know what I mean? What's up, Avery 81st? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. But all I do know is, man, that was a good interview, man. And I'm gonna finish listening to it. That caller that was calling in, man, he was telling some real deal stuff, man. He was saying some real deal stuff, man. He really was. That's an interview you guys want to hear. You guys definitely want to hear it. Not saying everything he's saying is true. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm just saying you want to hear the interview and you draw your own conclusion, man. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna tell you what I heard and my thoughts on it, but it don't mean my thoughts are real. You know what I'm saying? But what he was saying made a lot of sense. He was saying that they was even doing stuff like this. They were taking $1 million fake watches, right? From America and would fly over cross seas. When they're cross seas, they would exchange that fake watch for a real watch, for the real watch, and bring the real watch back. That's how they was washing up money and money laundering. So what they would do is they go over here and buy a little fake watch for $5,000 a replica or $1,000 replica, go over there and trade it for the real one and come back without sending it across and going through customs and all that. You got it on your wrist. They saw you leave with it. They saw you come back with it. And now you just took a $1,000 watch over there and switched it out for $1 million watch. You just brought back $1 million just off your watch. You know what I'm saying? And they said they've been doing it for like 20 and 30 fighters. They've been having fighters do all kind of stuff, bringing money back, bringing different stuff back, you know, smuggling money and all that. For that shit to get out here, somebody's snitching and somebody's telling. The feds have what they done is they done probably went and talked to them boxers and tell them boxers that you've been caught up in this, and if you don't tell us what's going on, you going to jail. And them boxers ain't want to go to jail. Them boxers ain't want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? They ain't want to go to jail. And then they were saying that, you remember when Bud was over there in Dubai and he made that video with Spence and he was like, hey, I'm looking for the big fish. They was like, that was in Dubai when he was over there talking to Daniel Kinahan. But we all knew that. We all knew he was already had went to Dubai. We knew that because we saw when they said that he went over and signed. So that ain't a big secret. So that could be the video when he was over there. It could have been. But a lot of it's making sense, you know? She said, I've said for a while, the truth has been out there, but many just don't know. And much of the things said has come to pass. And it's the truth. Yep. And like I said, whether it's a truth or a lie, in every lie, there's a little truth. There's a little truth. There's a little truth. So until, you know, it's gonna be a whole lot. It's gonna be a whole lot gonna come out. It's gonna be a whole lot come out. A lot. But like I was saying, what we were talking about earlier about Canelo and Bivol too, right? Is Canelo gonna fight Bivol or William Scull? And I was saying that, you remember we was on here about a couple of days ago and we was going over the list and we was talking about where could Canelo go? And we said in his division, Canelo can't go anywhere. Canelo can't fight. He's not gonna fight David Benavidez. David Benavidez is gonna probably beat Plant. I got him beating Plant. So the only two people he's gonna fight is David Morrell or William Scull. That's what I said. And that's the two things that's on the table now. Because Canelo said he'll fight Bivol too. He'll do the Bivol too, the rematch. But at the end of the day, he'd rather, I mean, if he lose to Bivol again, they just gonna say Canelo is too small. I said Canelo gonna be retiring real soon. I don't think he's gonna retire now. I don't think he'll retire right now. But you know what? If his only option is Benavidez, he'll retire. He'll say, man, I'm having problems with my hand. It just ain't right. I need some more time off. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna give up the belts. Canelo would do that because he don't even need the belts. Man, I gotta go get my hand together. I need to rehab it, you know. I can see that happening. Yeah, he said he's not fighting more. No, hell no. Nah. Well, they say he might be fighting William Scull. Canelo versus winner of Ryder Parker. You think so? Nah. Well, the WBC ordered the winner of Canelo versus Plant. I don't know. Ryder Parker, huh? I'm not sure. He would have to jump down to, but you know what? He's got to satisfy a mandatory. He had to satisfy a mandatory though, because it's gonna be mandatory time. Because when was the last time Canelo satisfied a mandatory? He's another one that needs to go. Bad for the sport. Cheater and a duck. Have I heard anything about Fundora or Harris? Man, I ain't heard anything. I know they announced all these fights, but what all we say? we need to see if they're going to even make the fights. It's one thing to order it, which is good. That sounds like it's in good faith. But the other thing is, will they fight it out? When but they did say that a couple of venues done been booked. So what's name been booked a few times next year. So that David Benavidez and Plant fight might be on. I think it was booked for March. Is it March, May? It was 3 dates: March, May, and I can't remember what other date was. Terry Smoot said the Ryder Parker fighters are on the zone. Eddie can make that happen next. Yeah, well, yeah, I can't deny that. But with Canelo's, anything's possible. You can't make Canelo do anything because Canelo will just tell the sanctioning bodies he's gonna drop their belt. Is what he can do. So I can't say you wrong on that, Terry. But I mean, will they pay him another $20 or $30 million for that? Said no sanctioning body will push Canelo into a mandatory defense. Last time that happened, he vacated the belt. Yep. Hey, you heard me just say that. I said, he could just give up the belts. And Canelo would, because at this point, he feel like he don't need the belts. Because all Canelo is going to say is, I'm already he going to pull that Bud shit. He going to say, I'm already undisputed, and those guys need to fight each other. I'm trying to search for legacy. I'm chasing legacy. You know what I mean? And he gonna say Ryder. If Ryder wins, hey, Ryder is a great fighter. You know what I mean? And that's how I want to challenge myself. He deserves it. So let them other guys fight. That's what we're gonna get next. He's not gonna fight that. Diana said, I believe the sanctioning bodies are being made to order in mandates. Yep. If you notice many fights being canceled, belts being dropped, the chickens are coming home to roost. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But it's a good thing that they came out firing, though. I do give the sanctioning bodies a little credit for putting that out there. I'm happy about that. Whether it's made or not, I'm glad. It said Canelo and Bud cut from the same cloth. Yeah. Chasing history and legacy. Yep. Said refs retiring out of nowhere. Everybody hot on the block. Hey, listen, it's something going down. Something going down. You know what I'm saying? And with everybody leaving and stuff, you never know who got paid off. You never know who told. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's something to think about too. If they saying that Kinahan has been paying people off, hey, people might be trying to run for the hills because it's something crazy going down. Yeah, do they have a promoter or undercard for that Black Planet fight? hey, that Black Planet fight. Yeah, I don't think they got an undercard for that yet, man. I don't know, but I'm rooting for ESPN that night, man. I'm watching them fights on ESPN, bro. I'll be right on ESPN. I'll be watching the top ranked fights. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Top ranked fight. I'm supporting Top Rank, man. Bob Arum needs my support. You know what I'm saying? Bob needs my support. They said, yeah, the Black Planet fight. That's crazy, man. But yeah, hopefully we'll see it, man. But I'm so glad that they ordered that fight. I'm so glad they ordered that fight. But hey, it doesn't. But you know what? Said said them ninjas going to be a Netflix special in 10 years. MTK Global biggest boxing scandal. Bruh. That's why I say everybody running for the hills, man. They running for the hills. You know what I mean? Refs and people that got paid off probably. That thing is going to be big when they break the case on that. And they ain't even scratching the surface. They going after the big dog. No, listen, when they go after the big dog, that means they caught some of the little fish. They caught some of the little dogs that's telling on the big dog. And for that dude today, when Diana shared that to me, and when I started listening to him talk, I'm like, he got some inside scoops on that. I mean, it's some stuff that's just a little too detailed that he knew. You know what I mean? You're not gonna think, oh, they taking watches over there and bringing watches back. That's $1 million watches. That's how they cleaning some of this money up. They overpaying fighters, and then Bob Arum pays him on the other end, and that's how they washing the money. You know what I'm saying? They probably going out buying a bunch of tickets. You know, think about it. Think about if you got a fighter out there and you got a lot of dirty money. You can go buy up a whole bunch of tickets. You got 10, $20 million you need to clean up. You overpay the fighter. You make the fighter overpay you for being a advisor, because that's what Kinahan was. He was an advisor. So you get paid off of that, and then you go out there and buy a whole bunch of tickets. You go buy a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of pay-per-views. It comes back to your pocket. Yeah, you lose a little bit of money off of it, but it's all free money you done took from people. Said, great guy, Art Hostage. Yep. He's the guy, Art Hostage. Yeah. So I'm going to go check him out. I didn't catch his name because I was actually getting out the car or whatever else when I done it. And I was getting out the car doing something from that debacle I went through earlier today. And so I didn't catch his name. But I was hoping to see it again, you know, when I got on what's name. But I was listening to it as I was getting out and doing that stuff. Yeah. He said another thing, too, is some of these judges got to be dirty. Listen, a lot of those judges are dirty. A whole lot of them are dirty. A whole lot of them are dirty. And when they crack down on that stuff, man, when they get them this time, they're going to tear them a new one, man. They're going to sweep through boxing, I think. I could be wrong. Maybe some of the feds and stuff are paid off. I don't know. Because boxing been getting away with a lot of craziness for years. And they should have been regulating boxing a little bit, but they just haven't done it. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's just too many different countries involved. You know, this runs deep. Is going to change boxing. It's needed. Yeah. And it's needed. Yeah, it's definitely needed. It's definitely needed. They definitely need to get that together. But like I said, guys, the phone lines are open. Anybody need to call in, and anytime you guys feel free to go ahead and call on in. And we'll keep the calls down to a little minimum this time. Like I said, we let them run over a little bit. These are yes showboating. Boxing will get swept through. It definitely will. But what's funny is all the people's gonna get locked up on the in the meantime. And listen, if you was sitting there and they told you you're gonna go over here with a watch and we're gonna switch watch, you was part of that. You was part of it. If you knew you was getting overpaid and stuff like that, and you knew, hey, I'm gonna get my money back off of this, and you knew the fight wasn't gonna generate the money, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know BLK Prime, but we know you overpaying Terrence Crawford to fight a nobody. You know you're not making that money back. It looks like it's somebody laundering money. I can't say that somebody is. I don't know. Maybe they're using his advertisement. But you're going to pay this man $10 million that you know. And guess what? Bud ain't even promoting the fight. Bud is not out there promoting the fight properly. He's not. Bud ain't promoting that fight properly. Not at all. I'm not even seeing a whole lot of people saying, go get the app. I'm not even seeing that. I'm not even seeing the commercials. The fight is less than a month away. It's just a few weeks away. And you're not promoting it, but you paying Bud $10 million. You paying David Avanesian a nice little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? You paying them all a nice little handsome fee that you know you're not getting back. Why? And you don't think that they not going to have questions? Bud better be careful. Spence just straight up said, man, all money ain't good money. I'm asking you where the money came from. What's up, Chris Trucker? So you got these people involved, Kinahan involved, and they doing all this stuff. I'm not saying he's involved with BLK. I don't know. But all I do know, let's just state the facts. If they pay him, let's say what Bud is saying is true. They paying him $10 million. How much they paying David Avanesian? Because he had a fight lined up. So the fight he had coming up for November the 19th, I think that's what David Avanesian's fight was going to be, but he switched to fight Bud. However he got out of that fight, somebody got paid. How much he get paid to go switch over to fight Bud? Right? So that's Bud $10 million. Let's say $2 or $3 million for Avocado. Let's say $1 million. That's $11 million right there. Plus all the arena, all the stuff that you're doing, right? How is $49 going to make back just that $11 million? Let's say the venue is free. Let's say the venue is free. Let's say the security is free. Let's say all the people there is free. Let's say all that shit is there free. He said 5 million. Frank said he was already paid. Who Bud was already paid 5 million? So my point is this. What are they waiting on to give Bud his other 5 million? Because they can't be waiting on the damn ticket sales because it's not going to make $5 million. Bud is not going to generate $5 million in pay-per-view sales. At $49, it's not going to happen. Oh, Avenesian got $5 million. Oh, okay. Well, that's $15 million right there. So if they sell 140K, that's max 5 mil with the gate. That's like 7, 8. Oh, okay. So Frank Warren said, is Avenesian's promote? Yeah. I didn't know Frank said that. Okay. So all right. But I know, but they did say, reason why I was saying that is because reason why I said it is because they said Bud got some of his money up front. Bud didn't get all his money. They said that Bud got a big percentage of it. I think it was Bob Arum said that the fighters have been paid and or Bud got a big percentage of it. I think it's what Bob Arum said when he was talking about BLK Prime. He knew some people that was part of BLK Prime, and he said they had money. So Bud got some of his money up front. So my question is, when an interview with Tommy Morrison's wife sounds interesting. I gotta get back up with her and schedule it. I hadn't scheduled a time with her, but I will. I'll get back with her. I'll see when I can get her on. And then let you know what I mean. So y'all get y'all questions and stuff together that y'all have for like old school fighters and him or whatever else. Y'all get all that together, and we'll get them on here. I got a few people I want to interview that I just haven't brought on. I got a sparring partner of Deontay Wilder named Big Zoe, and he was up there when he was getting ready for King Kong Ortiz. So I'm gonna interview him. I'll bring him on. I might go over there where he is at. I'll just be glad when it's over and December 11th is here. Yeah, I'll be glad too. But at the end of the day, if they keep up them same antics, we're gonna be back a part of it again. But when you really lay it out, Diana, when you really lay all that stuff out, Bud 10 million, Avenesian 5 million. That's $15 million right there just for them two dudes to get paid. $49 is not going to make it there. And they already went belly up almost on the Groupon. They got the tickets on Groupon. And I could have swore on Groupon I thought I saw 40% off. That's what I thought I saw. I'm not sure, but that's what I thought I saw on there. But I did see it for $89 on Groupon. And that was to go to the fight. That's $89 at the fight. And that ain't even sold out. So you're not even going to make a big gate. So what company would invest that money and just take a loss like that? Willingly. They're willingly taking a loss. Millions of dollars they just throwing out the door. And you telling me there ain't no funny business going on with that shit? In this economy, who's got that kind of money? Just say, oh man, they're not even gonna make $5 million. They're gonna take a $10 million loss. That's way more than what Triller took. Remember, Triller had to go pay Cambosis and they had to go pay Teofimo Lopez. They had to pay both of them. Because you remember towards the end, they didn't do something right. They was talking about promoting because they kept putting it off. And at the end, they did something crazy. And they had to pay them guys. I think they had to come off like a couple $100,000 a piece they made. They both made a couple $100,000. Just free money. Because it wasted their time. And you mean to tell me we ain't heard nothing else from Triller like that? They ain't came back over here trying to bid over and take over a fight, and they ain't lose that much. You know what I'm saying? They didn't lose a whole lot. They didn't go out there and throw away 15 million because that's what they doing. I honestly don't think, and this ain't me hating, I honestly don't think that fight is going to generate enough money to pay the venue and all that other stuff. And I'm saying without Bud and without David Avenesian, it might not gross to pay the arena and all the other shit. Not unless the arena was about giving. And security was. I mean, they could have, you know what? They probably got that cheap. So don't let me say that. Don't let me say that. They probably got that cheap because that's Buzz hometown, and they don't get a lot of stuff down there. So anything it was to make the fight, they gonna give concessions to make that fight happen because it's gonna generate buzz, generate a little bit of money, not a lot, but it'll generate some. So that venue ain't one of the highest paid venues out there. So what it has 20,000 seats. 20,000 seats. What is the venue gonna cost? Probably about 30,000 maybe to rent it. 40,000 to rent it, maybe. 20,000 seats. 50,000 maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know what that would be. $20,000. I mean, 20,000 seat venue that in Nebraska. It's Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it's someplace else. It ain't like it's in LA. You know what I mean? For 20,000 seats. You know. You never know what the city did. City could have gave them some kind of tax breaks just to get them to come bring the fight there to have all eyes on that. So, but that shit doesn't make sense. That shit doesn't make sense at all. Like I said, I'm not trying to be funny about that. I'm not trying to be funny at all about that. Doesn't make sense. But let's keep on cooking on some of this other stuff though. So we ain't heard no more about the fights about Fundora or Harrison. We ain't heard anything about that. So we haven't really heard about all those fights, and some of these fights supposed to be coming up. But the thing about it is I'm really wanting to see what they're gonna do about Tank because they saying that Tank might be fighting on January the 7th. Him and Boots might be fighting on the same date. That's the rumor that's going around. I don't know how true that is. They said they might be fighting on the same card. If they do that, that fight will be lit. That fight will really be lit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure they're gonna start swinging these paydays for that. If you're not fighting top-notch guys, I don't think you should get top-notch pay. You know what I'm saying? I think they should start doing fighters like that. That if you're not willing, and what I'm referring to is like Pitbull Cruz, you know what I'm saying? The dude could be making some money. He'd make a lot more money if he fights Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? So I think he should, the bigger fights, you should get a little bit of money. And when you start taking these little off fights, I think it should all be regular TV at that point. Like this Bud David Avenesian fight, I think it should be free. I think it should be on TV. I think they should have found a way to get it on TV. Maybe talk to Fox Sports or something like that. Something, pay them for that and got past that. You know what I mean? We need, you know what, to be honest, what boxing really needs, boxing needs to do a reset. And they need to go back to where when Al Heyman them and all them really was starting and pushing that and giving all those free fights on Fox, they need to go back to that. Because they have to hold a lot of fighters out. Or what they need to do is the younger fighters start having them on there, start bringing up the younger crowd and start telling them older fighters, well, okay, listen to this. Listen how good this sound. The same way they did Spence, Charlo, and everybody else. You remember how they put them on TV to start building their stock up? And once they started winning, everybody wanted to see them. So with the older guys act like they don't want to fight each other and wanting these super massive paydays, why not go out here and get these younger guys, the Frank Martins and all them, and start getting those guys out there, start putting them on regular TV, building their name up. And what they'll do is, if you older guys don't want to fight, guess what? We got the younger crew coming in, and everybody wants to see them go. Start putting them out there. And I know y'all gonna say it's belts involved, but once these guys start getting buzzes and stuff, you start pushing these guys up to force the guys at the top to either fight each other or get the hell out or fight the younger guys. And they definitely don't want you to lose to the younger guys. Look at Thurman. Thurman definitely don't want to fight Boots. He don't want to fight Ortiz. He don't want to fight Stanionis. He don't want to fight none of the younger guys. So so if you look at it, what I'm saying is really kind of been done with Boots, Ortiz, Stanionis, Conor Ben then got caught with drugs, but all of that was steady lifting their values up. You know what I'm saying? It was lifting the values up. So it's really saying the same thing I was saying. You know what I mean? It was really saying the same thing that I was saying. So I think that's what they need to do. I think that they really need to get together on that, and I think they need to start building these younger fighters up. Mhm. And Diana, what I'm telling you I'm gonna definitely check out the rest of that. Like I said, if I don't catch it tonight, I'm gonna catch it tomorrow. And we're gonna discuss that on here a little bit more because I want to go back in details. I thought that was some interesting stuff that they said. That whole watch thing, the watch thing was like, God, that's kind of that's some real criminal organized crime stuff right there. When you start doing stuff like that with watches. You know what I'm saying? Because you come over here and you can sell them watches for $1 million, $2 million. You know what I'm saying? You start getting stuff like that over here and you start washing that money up. That's some serious money you washing up. You know what I'm saying? And something tipped the feds off. So there's gonna be a lot. I cannot wait till that story come out. I want to hear all that stuff coming out. I want to hear all of it. That's why I said I want to go back and I want to do my research and find out who else knows about it. Because I'm sure he's not the only person that knows about it. I'm sure there's a few other people that's talking. If he got on there and he's talking about it, it takes a while. You know how it does. Somebody will do an interview and it might be 5-6 months later. Then everybody starts sending interviews like now. I'm just now seeing an interview. And then he gonna do more interviews. There's gonna be other guys that's in the same boat that they're gonna tell what they know. And it's gonna be more and more people start talking and telling, and we're gonna start getting a better picture of just how it's all working through the whole sport of boxing. And then that'll shed light on why boxing is in the state that it's in and why certain promoters are definitely not dealing with other promoters. You know what I'm saying? Or different people, or these refs doing what they do, or the judges. Because the judges been on some BS for a long time. And they never get in trouble for it. You know what I'm saying? They never get in trouble for it. Like all those judges that said Canelo was ahead 4 rounds in the Bivol fight. That was messed up. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't have been that. It shouldn't have been that. There's too many fights. What was the fight the other day where they had it what's name won and they had one scorecard 111 to 117? Should have been closer than that. You know what I mean? Should have been that far apart. Everybody's trying to cheat. So yeah. I'm gonna get on that. Oh yeah. Listen, a lot will retire, but a lot will probably be paying fines and going to jail. Listen, one thing about it is when the feds come through like that, they lock everybody's ass up. Because guess what? Everybody gonna be paying court costs. Everybody's gonna give them fines. They gonna make money all across the board with that. The feds are coming. The feds already done stepped in on that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody done stepped in on that. That's a big, huge case. And then now here it is on the coattails of that. Here you got another company out here that's done popped up with money and overpaying fighters. It doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't look good. And even if let's say BLK Prime is 100% legit, it's a stupid move. You're not going to be in business long with that. And the feds are still going to look into that. They're going to open up the books. Yeah. All those police are going to open up the books, man. They opening up the books. They're going to look through BLK Prime's books. They're going to look through who donated them. They're going to look everywhere they can to find out. And I know they said they got them in accounts and stuff where you can't really find out. Oh, it's a way to find out. It's a way to find out. What they're going to do is they're going to get all these countries talking. Well, they already talking. And all these different CIAs and the versions of the CIA across seas, they already talking. They already telling what the other one knows. They already talking about who's going to lock who up and who's going to get who. You know what I'm saying? Kinahan, if he gets caught over here, he's going to be extradited over there to where they want him to go. He's going to jail when they catch him. He's going to jail. They got a $5 million bounty on him. And that's going to be kicked up even more. It's going to go from $5 million. Trust me, it's going to be like $7-8 million real soon. Because if $5 million don't get you turned in, they're going to turn that money up. Because they know they're going to get their money back. Oh, a subpoena will make you show the books? Hell yeah, it will. hey, and when they come tell you, if you don't cooperate, you're going to go do 20 or 30 years. Guess what's going to happen? And the feds want all that money. They send all this money being cleaned up. They want all that money. If you got $50 million, you got $15 million to throw away on a fight, you got money. You got money and they want it. And we love the sport. I'm glad about it. Yeah, I'm glad about it too. I'm glad about it. It really needs to happen. Because at the end of the day, listen. Somebody told me this. And it made a whole lot of sense. Like the dude who Dream said, where you finna go? You finna go to jail? Don't make no sense. Yeah. The dude said Hoop Dream. Yeah, where you finna go? You gonna go to jail? Yeah, it just don't make sense. You know, the shit is crazy, man. The shit is crazy. But somebody told me this. This is what somebody told me. Said pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. When you become too greedy, they gonna shut you down. And that's where we at. People in here not making fights. People in here, the judges being paid off. It's a lot going on in the background that ain't making sense. But when you think there's a outside force going on up under the table, it makes sense. It makes sense. Said they don't need to find Kinahan. We found Saddam Hussein and Osama, but can't find Kinahan. Yeah. Oh, they don't want to find him. No, they don't. They don't want to find him. They don't want to find him right off. Right now, they letting him run free so they can see where he goes and where he's at and who's all he dealing with. These kids' lives are being messed up because of greed and criminals. Yep, because of greed and criminals. Yep. That's exactly what's going on. And they're infiltrating the sports. They're getting people robbed in the sports. The people losing fights they should have won. People getting overpaid. There's just all kind of stuff going on, man. And that lets me know if they paying people off. Hey, listen. Some people say, well, I believe Tyson Fury cheated on one of them fights. That's just what I believe. I believe he cheated somewhere in there, right? Do I think he cheated on all of it? No, but I think he cheated on something. Can't say exactly what he did. But my point is, if it comes out the mob is involved, you can't say there ain't nobody cheating. That's when the truth will come out on all of it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they'll get him when it's time. He'll get caught. Yeah. And Tyson Fury too. Yeah. His whole family. Yeah. Listen. They gonna get him. But you know what the game that the police do? The police let you think you getting away. They put this out there. But what they doing is they watching you move stuff around. They watching you and they checking you. They know where that dude is. They know where his money is. They already know. All they had to do was listen. Paper trails don't go nowhere. You know how many $1 million transactions are out there? It's a lot, but not that many that they can't keep up with. So when you shipping money across seas and you doing that and you wearing this all within the scope of boxing, it's only so many big players in boxing. So when they doing this, like when Bob Arum paid Kinahan, what was it, $5 million for Tyson Fury for Tyson Fury's advisor? All the feds did was follow that money, see where the money went. Whatever bank and wire it went to, they already knew where it was. Then they found out where it went after that. Then they found out where it split up after that. And everybody that played a part in there, they already know. And then everybody that was on Kinahan's team, all the boxers that's up under his umbrella, every time one of those boxers got paid, they followed the money trail. They saw where it transferred to. They saw what bank it went to. They saw the shell game that you do, that you switch from this account to that account, and all this stuff you think you get away with it. It's right there. It's called a freaking audit. Yeah, they watching cryptocurrency. You see the cryptocurrency that went down where people lost, where them teenagers was over there. And I think they was in the Bahamas and they all was dating and messing around with each other. They just made that whole cryptocurrency, what's name shut down. People lost billions of dollars in there. Billions. This just happened. They seeing where all that money got spent to. They understanding what's going on. They watching all that. They don't want to freeze Kinahan's bank account right now. Why would you freeze it? You don't want to freeze it. You want him to let him get away with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they froze all of it, Diana. But what they do is, like what feds do, let me tell you, feds do, and y'all know this, feds do this a lot. Let's say they watching some people out there doing some crimes. They'll let some people get away with crime because they watching this one dude and they don't want people to know. They've let people get raped. They've watched people get murdered, and they ain't go out there and do none of that. The big guy cryptocurrency just got arrested. Yeah, they all got in trouble for that. So what they do, what the feds do, is they sit back and watch. They take notes. They bust the small people here and there just so they can get intel over dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? They go and watch stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? They go look, they go see. You know what I'm saying? They like, well, we're gonna see where this money goes. They don't want to go in there and bust him right now because there's so many people tied in. They want to get everybody. But think about it like this. You know why they want to get everybody? This is the real truth. Because they want to take all that money. Those feds know there's hundreds of $millions on the table, and they want it all. You know what I'm saying? They want it all. They don't give a damn about what they do in boxing. They don't. They do, but they don't. They give them more about you getting away with money and they not getting their taxes. That's where the problem coming in. When you got dirty money, you're not paying taxes. You know what I'm saying? And countries, different countries ain't getting their taxes. You know what I'm saying? He said that's like that trap house where they had cameras in there and they watched them trap for weeks just to get a connect. They do it all the time. They've watched people get killed, raped. They've watched all kind of stuff go down. They've watched it. The feds have you under surveillance. And when they come in, they confiscate everything. You know how many millions of dollars they can confiscate? You know how many people going to go to jail? They're going to make money off of that. They're getting grants and the jail's going to be filled up. You know what I'm saying? They getting everybody. They getting, if they got watches worth millions of dollars, the feds, the CIA and all, they're going to confiscate all them watches. They're going to confiscate all them Lamborghinis. They're going to confiscate all those planes. They taking it all. They taking all the money. They taking all the houses. They trying to see which house you got, what house you go to. Who did you friends with that's got a house, a mansion over there? They taking it all, billions. You think about it. If they go get Kinahan right now, they're going to miss out on all the mansions Kinahan and his boys had over in Belize or over there in the Fiji Islands or wherever it is. All the properties that's going on down there over there in Dubai, they taking all his properties. They taking all of them. But if they bust him now, they won't get it all. Now they got that 5 million out there. And the reason why they put that 5 million out there, they know ain't nobody close to him going to turn him in. But right now, what it does is it shows who's protected him, who else they can charge. They charging everybody. They getting a lot of people. They getting $1 billion. It's going down. It's going down. That's why they haven't busted. That's why they ain't turned him in. They know where that dude is. They know where that dude is. Like y'all said, they knew where Osama bin Laden was. They know where everybody is. And it ain't just America that's after him. It's over there in the UK. It's their equivalent to the CIA over there. So that's two big time organizations. You telling me they can't find a crime boss? They got El Chapo, who was bigger than Kinahan. El Chapo was bigger than that. He's over here in America in prison. Yeah, he's trying to get himself out. He's hiring lawyers trying to say it's a mistrial and all this other stuff. But they probably won't let him out. He paid, plus he paid. Yeah, did y'all know that El Chapo paid like about $7 million? They took like, they gave up like $7 billion. He said aiding and abetting. Yeah. Is a whole serious charge for those who know where he is. Yeah. Money laundering. And if you a boxer and you helped out in that, you in trouble too. They getting your ass for money laundering. And guess what? These boxers is making money. They're going to have to pay those fines to get out of it. They're going to take that money from you and you're going to pay those fines and the Fed's going to take your money on that too. Said Kinahan, when he leaves Dubai, FBI will try and grab him. Man, they all probably in places right now. They done snuck into places that don't have extradition laws. Extradition. They ain't going to extradite them. That's probably where they at. That's probably where they hiding at. That's probably what's saving them right now. He might have been smart enough to go away to one of them little places. They'll get him. They'll get you. They'll get you. The feds will, listen, the feds will come and take you. You know what they'll do? They'll go to one of them countries drug you up, put you on something, and get you out of that country, smuggle you out of that country if they want you bad enough. The feds will do that. They'll do all of that. He said, like Drew Titan said, in concert, everybody. Oh, everybody going, man. What's up with you, ATL Anonymous? Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. Yeah, man, we talking about Canelo, where he's going, and we got on this BLK Prime and all this stuff. Because Diana had sent me a link earlier, and we was listening to all the ways they was talking about how Kenny Hand's organization was cleaning up money and how they was overpaying fighters, but the way they was overpaying fighters, they was getting their money back off the back end. Like, let's say they go give, I don't know, make sure a fighter gets 10, $15 million, right? And then they go, okay, we're gonna be getting an advisor fee. And that advisor fee is like they did with Tyson Fury. They got $5 million. He got $5 million for that. And then they go out and spend the money on kind of ticket sales and stuff like that and get it all back. Said Canelo be okay? No. I was saying the title of the show is about Canelo versus Bivol 2, because Canelo said he's open for a rematch, and then now it's going around he might fight William Scull. And I was saying he's not going to fight Benavidez. He's definitely not going to do that. And I called it out on that William Scull. Now we're talking about Kinahan and all them. So Kinahan is probably using another name and alias change, phone numbers, all kinds of burner accounts. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, oh, he paid Tyson Fury $8 million. I thought it was $5 million, $5 or $6 million, something like that. Crawford will KO some FBI agents. Yeah. Hey, when you think you slick and you have to talking about that, and you all on Facebook talking some, yeah, man, they was gonna give us $50 million. Well, where'd it come from? Man, we just need to sit down and talk. Okay. All right. Yeah, somebody gonna know where it came from. And the feds sitting there right now, like, okay, y'all got this much money. You're gonna pay Bud and Avanesian $5 million on a fight that y'all know y'all not making that money back. You pretty sure they can't strike now, because they gonna say, hey, we thought we was gonna make that money. But when it totally flops, like they predicted, then they gonna come. So Bivol will beat Canelo again, got his number, beat him bad. Yeah, listen, Canelo gonna run in that fight before he fights Benavidez, because at least with he'd already been beat by Bivol, and all they're gonna say is that Bivol was a bigger fighter, so it protects his legacy. You know what I mean? So, yep, what promoter pays or accept canceling fees? Yeah. Try to act like he Al Heyman with it. You know what I mean? Al Heyman always started off like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an advisor. So now Kinahan like, oh shit, I'm an advisor like Al. I get paid for advising you. What are you advising? What did he advise? Listen, Deontay Wilder went and talked to Tyson Fury and said, hey, you clean, you come on back, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'll fight you, right? He fights him. So at what point did he need MTK Global at that point? He fought him straight up. Then he goes over the top rank, but still signed MTK Global. Does that make sense? Just cooler, man. Staying out of the way, still grinding. Oh, that's what's up. Said, and Bob is a key witness in the Kinahan racketeering case in 2024. Bob need to be careful. Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, when they said you can't do no more business with Kinahan, Bob separated himself from Kinahan. He's like, you can't do business with him. Everybody separated himself from him. They set from them. Shit, everybody got out and was ready to run from that. They're like, oh, nah, bro, we're not doing it. We're not doing that. It was like he had the mange. Oh, no, we back out for that. Ain't nobody doing that. And that's the truth. I'm telling you that. Nobody doing that. But Bob, hey, like I said, they're going to tell it. They're going to tell it all. It's all going to come out. It's all going to come out. All that's going to come out. And I can't wait. Because I want it to be over with, man. I'm over with. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm like you, Diana. I can't wait till these fights are over with. I can't wait till we get past all these fights this year. Because it ain't really none. I want to see what next year is going to bring. I'm ready for something new. And we all thought that 2022 was going to be a fire year. Well, whatever they needed Kinahan for, it's going to go down, bro. It's going down. Said Bob told to get busted. He's like 90 years old. Yeah. Said Bob too old. Okay, yeah, your words came together, Terry. Too old to get busted. He's like 90 years old. Yeah, Bob ain't going down. Let me tell you something. Bob was tied in with the mob too. Y'all know that, right? So Bob knows that. Bob knows how to keep his distance from the mob. Bob is a smart dude. Yeah, I remember when Don King was gonna have Bob Arum knocked off. Y'all remember that? Don King was gonna have Bob Arum killed. And the mob came to Don King. Don King said it. They came to him and said something happened to him. They said if something happened to him, you gonna die the same day. That's what they told Don King. And Don King and Bob Arum had that conversation. It's on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Said Bob was raided by the FBI before. Hey, Bob knows. Listen, and Bob's a lawyer. So Bob knows how to keep himself out of shit. So when he paid Kinahan as an advisor, he paid him as an advisor. That's what Tyson Fury said. And when they said don't deal with Kinahan no more, he said we cut all ties. We won't be dealing with him no more. Bob's a smart businessman. He's old, man. As a matter of fact, Bob makes his own, help make this boxing business like what it is. He helped pay people, he helped shape people, he helped put friends and family in key positions. Why you think everybody come and bend for Bob? Say Earl might still be bobbed up. Jewish mafia. It could be. I don't know. Could be. But Bob's old, and a lot of people giving Bob a pet. Bob just knows how to stay in Bob's lane. Because I'm like J. Cole, the boxing game, all the way out, the way straight up. Yep. I'm telling you, man, it's a bad, crazy situation, man. It really is. He said Bob been snitching and stealing a long time. Hey, Bob been knowing what he been doing, man. Hey, Bob been on top of his, man. If you notice, everybody respects, but they let Bob do Bob. You know what I'm saying? That's why Bob calls people pricks and gets away with it. You see, you little prick. I'm gonna add that to my soundbite. I gotta go find that. You little prick. Yeah, there you go. I'm adding that to my soundbite. You little prick. I wish I could add that right now. Bob been doing it a long time. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have it, man. I got that one. God, I gotta add that. I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna take one of these out and I'm gonna add that right in. You little prick. Was that T.O. he called a prick? Was that him? Was that Teofimo Lopez when I called him a prick? Or was that just a what's the name? I had to find that one. Man. He called that dude a little prick. I'm fine. That's funny as hell. You little prick. I gotta get my soundboard together, man. I gotta get some more good stuff on there. I got that one. I got a few good ones, but I gotta get some on there. Yeah, you can't be mad at Bob about that. Listen. I don't agree with Bob. A lot of stuff Bob does, man. Bob funny, man. Bob done been around a long time, man. Bob is a legend in his own right. Bob is, man. You know what I'm saying? Bob is a legend in his own right. Oh yeah, he did tell Mike Coppinger, yeah, shut the F up. Yeah, he did. Bob, hey, yeah. And you know what? I be calling people, I be like, man, that's like that dude's a schmuck. Bob has called somebody a schmuck too. I've heard Bob say schmuck. He called somebody a schmuck. Yeah, that's one of my sayings right there. I call people a schmuck. I'm like, man, he's a schmuck. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, Bob crazy, man. Yeah, I'm adding my soundbite. He's going on there. Yeah, he going on there, man. Yeah, I like Bob. I like old Bobby. Yeah, Bob is cutthroat. Hey, listen. Bob is really cutthroat. And Bob gonna do it. Cause you know something though, I'm gonna tell you something though, man. Bob is comfortable dealing with gangsters. He deal with the mob, he deal with Jay Prince, he deal with all that. And nobody says nothing crazy. Nobody does anything crazy to Bob. Nobody bullies Bob. Have you noticed that? Jay Prince got a few fighters, but guess what? They're gonna do what Bob say when Bob say. They're gonna fight who Bob say when Bob wants them to fight. Because you remember Shakur Stevens couldn't get a fight. He couldn't get those fights. Shakur Stevens was like, man, Bob, I know he ain't gonna make that Valdez fight. Remember? Shakur said that, and Bob didn't give a damn. What was Jay Prince gonna say to Bob? You know what I mean? What's he gonna say? Bob is the damn Don, man. I'm telling you. Bob is the Don, man. And he's around everybody. And Bob was back there talking shit right along with Spence and Bob, 90 years old. And when Spence and Crawford was going at it, who was all in the middle of that? Bob. And he was like, who's Al Heyman? He's like, yeah, man, you want to stay away from Terrence Crawford. Bob said himself straight up, Crawford don't sell. He did. And what did Crawford say? Crawford told his sister, man, chill out with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, chill out with that. Yeah. He stood. Hey, Bob stood right in there, like, man, what y'all talking about? Said Bob needs to go rest. He's 90. Damn, she's. Hey, listen. When you Bob's age, you might as well listen. You ball till you fall when you Bob's age. You know what I mean? Said Bob got more money and resources than Jay Prince. I don't know. I don't know if he got more money than Jay Prince, but he got more resources. Jay Prince got a lot of money, Terry. Do you know about Jay Prince? Jay Prince is probably close to being a billion. Jay Prince on an island. I mean, that's not saying a lot for a millionaire. There's a lot of millionaires on the island. But Jay Prince got a lot of money, man. And it ain't just from the rap-a-lot industry. He got beef. He got Jay Prince on a lot of stuff, man. He might got more money than Bob. He might. Bob just got a new heart. He ain't ready yet. Nah, Bob. Listen, man. Bob gets an invite to the barbecue and can get a full plate too. Yeah, Bob definitely can. Bob, listen, Bob ain't gonna listen. This is Bob. You don't have to invite Bob to the cookout. Bob just gonna show up and still be up in the interviews looking at the girls still. Bob does. I was gonna say that. I was just gonna get around to that, man. Bob done had price. Man, Bob done probably had it all, man. Bob done probably bought all new insides. You know, people go get a new car and replace all new insides. Bob did all that. He's a 200 million at least for Aram. Yeah, but Jay Prince got more money than 200 million. Jay Prince really does. ATL. Yeah. Go do your research on Jay Prince. That ain't just me making it up. Jay Prince got a lot of money, man. A lot of money. A whole lot. He got a lot. And Bob worth about 200-300 million. I thought Bob might have been worth about 300 million, but I think Jay Prince worth over that. I heard a lot of people, a lot of rich people with a lot of money talk about how much money Jay Prince has. You know what I mean? About his island, his cows, and his beef he said. Jay Prince makes a lot of money off a lot of shit, man. A lot. But yeah, Bob Arum just shows up at the damn cookout. What they gonna say? And like you said, Diana, Bob looks at them chicks, man. Cause I done been on there watching these chicks, and I'm looking at the chick, and I look over and Bob's face and eyes looking at the chick too. I'm like, man, Bob know he's too old for that. He know he gonna get a heart attack. Bob probably like, man, I don't care. I don't care. You Bob a dirty old man, man. I don't care what you say. There's no way in the world Bob getting around this good and he still ain't chasing skirts. That dude is chasing skirts. I don't know if he catches them and doing nothing with them when he get them, but he got one somewhere. He gets something somewhere. He might not can't do nothing with it. Listen. Can you really blame Bob? If I was Bob's age and I was 90 years old, what would I do? I'm still in the sport. I just got to show up and talk shit, call people a prick here and there, tell them they're schmuck, tell them shut up. You know what I mean? What else I'm going to do, man? I got to do something. That's what's keeping Bob alive, man. The sport is keeping Bob alive for real, man. All this stuff is keeping Bob alive. Listen, Bob is getting around way better than Don King. Don King done been out the sport. Ever since Don King done kind of been away from the sport, Bob been going, Don King been going down. I saw a picture of him the other day. Was it his birthday or something? He looked real frail. He looked like he done lost a lot of weight. But when he was up chasing girls and banging Mike Tyson, I think he banged Mike Tyson girl. Didn't Don King bang Robin Givens, they said? He banged somebody. And Mike Tyson and all the other little dirty stuff he did, Mike Tyson chased him around the car trying to knock him out. Said Bob on that blue pill looking at those ring girls. Yeah, he is. Bob, listen, Bob is when they got auditions for them ring girls, Bob watching that shit. His wife probably know he can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Is Bob still married? Bob still married? I don't even know that. I don't even know. Bob got a wife? If he is, he cheating. Well, he's trying, you know what I mean? He probably ain't physically cheating, but you know, he looking. Bob looking, dog. Bob is looking. I can't blame that dude. I cannot blame Bob for that, man. You 90 years old. You telling fighters to shut up. You telling fighters, calling fighters pricks. You telling them to telling everybody to shut up. And nobody charged him. You know something? Nobody even talked about that. When he told me, he said, you little prick. Nobody had a damn thing to say about it, right? He told Bud in front of Bud, don't sell. He don't sell. If I had all the money I lost on Bud, I could go buy a mansion in Beverly Hills. Then what he said about Bud's contract? He said his contract so long, hopefully I outlive his contract. Bob talks cash shit, man, and I like it. Man, listen. At 90 years old, him and his wife ain't arguing about nothing. It ain't even nothing to argue about. Because she probably like, man, Bob, take your ass on. And Bob like, hey, they know they there. They like, look, we together. We just together because we can't, what else we going to do? We going to ride this thing out. We right here at, Bob might outlive all of us. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't cracking on that. He got good money and good health care. Said, look at this free, touching is going to cost you. Yeah, touching the cost. But guess what? Bob can't do nothing if he touch it anyway, man. You know, he'll squeeze a butt. I guarantee you, he done squeezed a butt or two. I guarantee you he has. Said Don King a badass. Yep, gangster. Don King got a bad heart. Yep. Don King definitely got a bad heart, but Don King know when to cut that stuff off. When he thought about getting Bob Arum knocked off, and the mob came to him and told him if he did, they're going to kill him the same day he'll die too, he backed off. He backed off real quick. And Don King would have had him knocked off. Oh, yeah, he's squeezing them butts, man. He squeezed. Listen, the accusations just ain't came out. You know what I'm saying? Bob's a lawyer, man. He knows what he can get away with and what he can't. Bob, listen, man. You ain't, listen, no way all was going on. You got that kind of money, ain't doing nothing. Listen. Even De La Hoya done went over the deep end with that, snorting and putting on stockings and high heels. De La Hoya done had his fun, man. They all listen. Powerful men gonna do powerful, crazy, messed up stuff. Most of them gonna do it. Most of them is, especially when you're coming back from the era where Don King and Bob Arum was. You telling me both of these two guys never was out there messing with these ring girls and these girls? I don't buy it. I don't buy that at all. I don't buy that at all. Even if a penis won't work in your mind, it still works. You know what I'm saying? You like, hey man, if I can't do nothing, I'm a hunch on her. You know what I'm saying? If Bob can't get it up, he's still gonna grind. He's still gonna kiss. He gonna do something. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do something. He gonna squeeze. He gonna look. He gonna have them come in. Hey, bring the ring girls in here so we can look and see what. I mean, not really look at them, but just see, audition them. You know, he gonna be at the ring girl auditions. Cause who auditions the ring girls now? You know what I'm saying? You don't think Bob caught some of my auditions? Yeah, Bob caught those auditions, man. Can't blame him. He's 90. I hope the dude see it. Listen, listen, you might as well see it while you still can. Watch it until you can't watch it no more. You know what I'm saying? Said Bob got that Viagra. He good. Yeah, Bob got that Viagra. He on that new stuff. Bob on that Cialis. You know, in the commercial that says Cialis works when you need it. It just don't just work all the time. It works when you need it. Yeah, that's what happened. So what's good, pull counter boxing? What's up with you, man? Oh, you caught me on the AM channel? Yeah. Yeah. I was on there, man. We was on there cooking, man. It was pretty cool, man. I had fun, man. I really did, man. Them cats, man, they be on there doing the thing, man. They be doing the thing. What's your thoughts on Bob Arum, man, and Kennahan, man? You done jumped on here in the fire. You know how we do. We might as well hear it from you, man. We was talking about how Bob going around calling everybody a prick and shut up and a schmuck. We said Bob is the gangster, man. How he can deal with Kennahan. He can deal with Jay Prince. You know what I mean? Bob is surrounded by a lot of dirty people, man. He is. By a lot of cutthroat people. But guess what? Bob is still here. When they come, they go. Bob is going to always be here. And for people to respect you, you had to do something to earn that respect. And they all respect Bob. The Bobster. That's exactly what it is. That's it. That's it, Diana. That's 2 damn shirts I got to get made now. I got to get Bud on a shirt on a little red train saying, I think I can, right? And now I got to get the Bobster on there as a mob boss on a shirt. I got to do it. I got to go get Art, man, to go get me them 2 shirts now. Yeah, we know how Bob get down. And Bob ain't going to let none of these pricks take him down. Bob is not going to let none of these pricks take him down, man. It ain't going to happen. It is not going to happen, man. Hey, Pool Counter. What do you think about Canelo, Bivol 2 or William Scull? Y'all think that? You think that Canelo gonna fight one of them next? Or you think he gonna wait around for the Benavidez fight? Who the winner of that? I don't think he's gonna fight them. Said Bob been in the boxing industry since Ali. Yeah, he got the connections. Yeah. Well, Ali the one started Top Rank. And that's how he got in the top rank. He got him in. So nah, Canelo definitely don't want that smoke, man. So we thinking, what do you think? You think Canelo gonna fight somebody else? Or you think Canelo gonna say he needed some time off or go retire? Because Canelo getting kind of close to the edge of that, man. And Pitbull Cruz won't out of that ordered fight. Pitbull Cruz won't out. So that's a few little things. It's about over with now. All that stuff is over. We can't wait till this year is over with. Yeah. You told him that? What did he say? You tell him that? Tell him we got to get one of them shirts, man. He going to retire? Yeah. I think Canelo right there at it. Canelo right there at that retirement age, man. You know what I'm saying? He might as well. He done made millions and millions of dollars. I mean, really, what more can he accomplish? You know what I'm saying? If let's say he beats Benavidez. I give him credit. I don't think he beat Benavidez, but let's say he did. In the scheme of things, his people gonna always say, we told you he's gonna beat him. He's not gonna fight all them guys. He only gonna he's not fighting Benavidez. Let me just say that. Yeah, Canelo might retire. He might. Yeah. Canelo got way too much smoke. 175, he can't go. 160, he ain't going back down there. So he got to dance around at 168. It ain't too many other people. And he can't keep saying I'm chasing legacy because he got all the belts at 168. And at 175, he's not getting a belt at 175 because Makubu is not up there. Makubu don't have that belt. So he's not getting that belt up there. He won't get a belt up there. And he ain't going back down to 160. Because if he go, well, you know what? He could. He could try to drop down to 160, but I don't think he can make the weight no more. I don't think he can make that weight no more. But then Jermell Charlo and all the rest of them going to come up, and then Jermell going to be after him. He got too much smoke. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. So I think it is. I think it's crazy, man. Yeah, man. All right. All right, Brian. We see you, man. We be on tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Yeah. Exactly. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you being up in here, man. Said Canelo got to be worth $300 million by now. Canelo's got some serious freaking money, man. Some serious freaking money. Canelo's got enough money. He don't need to fight no more. So at this point, why would he fight? Why? I mean, at this point, it's about time to go ahead and call it quits. I mean, he's young, but his body's war. His body is war. So it's time to go ahead and start getting down, man. It is. It really is. It is, man. But yeah, Diana, yeah. I'm gonna check that link out. And like I said, guys, if anybody got any other links, any stuff y'all think I want to see, go ahead. And like I said, I'll be working on an interview. Y'all want me to go ahead and get what's name's wife on her, his wife, Tommy Morrison's wife on her? Or is that somebody y'all don't really want to even talk to right now? That ain't something that y'all want to see pulled off real quick. Because I can start putting that in the works. Start getting somebody on here. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yep. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna start rolling up off here myself, man, and start calling it quits. And I'm gonna go ahead and watch that fight, Diana. And everybody in here, man, hit the like button on your way out, please, for your boy. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like, subscribe. If you don't like what I said tonight, hit the thumbs down. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And if you don't like it, that's until I get my Bob's you little prick. Yeah. I gotta get that on my soundboard, you little prick. Yeah. All right, Diana. Appreciate everybody. But I'm gonna go check that link out. And like I said, if anybody need to get in touch with me, look in the description. Right there is my Instagram. You can send me anything on Instagram. I'll check it out and get on there. He said Canelo likes wearing silk pajamas. All right, Pool Counter Boxing. Appreciate you rolling up in here, fam. Said Canelo likes wearing silk pajamas and beating people up. Yeah, he does, man. But Canelo ain't beating nobody up, but people he know he can beat. But anyway, guys, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Until tomorrow night, we go on every night every weeknight, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So until next, we say what we say, we stand on it. That's straight up no chaser. So until next time, all right, fam, we out.